two teams from this half of the East region will advance to the Sweet 16 in Philadelphia next week. That question will be answered shortly as the Cyclones of Iowa State get set to play the Wildcats of Kentucky. Both of these squads advance with hard-fought victories on Friday night. Second game today will be Massachusetts and Syracuse. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Brown. Well, these two teams bring with them interesting stories. Iowa State came into the game with the worst conference record at 5-9 of any of the teams in a 64-team field, yet they're still alive in the NCAA tournament. Kentucky, on the other hand, views its success this season as a celebration of loyalty, specifically the four seniors who stayed with the school when it looked like it was completely devastated by the problems there. They weathered the storm of a 2-year NCAA probation. My partner is Bill Raftery, and Bill, we know in talking with the players that they would like nothing better for Kentucky to get back to its old glory this year.
Well, Pitino, with his work habits, demands loyalty. They'll follow him up the hill, and I guess the guy that epitomizes this determination and the work habits is John Pelphrey, a guy that goes on the floor, gets down and dirty, not afraid to soil the uniform, much like Pitino desires.
At a young 64 years of age, Johnny Orr of Iowa State has enjoyed success wherever he's been. He's one of the 5 oldest coaches in the college game today. But, Billy, because of that success, clearly he's passed the test of time.
Well, the one thread that runs through his tenure at UMass, Michigan, and Iowa State is the ability to handle the basketball and pass it, regardless of the side. Here's Julius Michalik, and the nerve of this youngster to go behind the back in Worcester, the home of Bob Cousy. But whether at 6'11" he shoots the deep one or occasionally goes to the goal, this check borders on Larry Bird-like comparisons.
I think we have a high-octane broadcast coming your way today, folks, as we take a look at the starting lineups of these two ball clubs. Fred Hoiberg, Howard Eaton, Julius Michalik, Ron Bayless, and Justus Thigpen for Iowa State. Jamaal Mashburn, John Pelphrey, Jamaal Martinez, Richie Farmer, and Sean Woods, the starting 5 for Kentucky. The officials for today's contest: Jody Sylvester out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Tom Harrington from Chico, California, and Bob Garibaldi from Stockton, California. Iowa State, as we mentioned, with the worst conference record coming in, but they have certainly played well, looked awfully impressive on Friday night. And playing against a Kentucky squad, certainly no stranger to tournament action. The best in tournament history in terms of appearances, 34. As a matter of fact, Kentucky, the only SEC team remaining in the NCAA tournament. The tip controlled by Kentucky.
Iowa State, man-to-man.
What kind of defense is that, Billy?
Individual attention. A lot of motion, back screens by Kentucky, trying to set up the 3 by going inside or dribbling in and kicking out.
Martinez with the pump fake and scores. Jamaal Martinez gets the Wildcats on the board first. Ron Bayless coming off of an excellent defensive effort on Friday night. He has the ball, the shot, off the mark, rebounded by Mashburn. Richie Farmer for 3. A quick start by the Wildcats, out in front by a score of 5-0.
Richie Farmer, a couple of years ago, didn't think he could play. Now he's got a street named after him in his hometown. And rightfully so, a hero. Nice mismatch for Iowa State. Farmer on Michalik. Now they recover.
The pattern offense of Iowa State, a bit of a concern to Pitino as you take a look at Michalik at 6'11", a man at that size with an outside game.
And Johnny Orr delighted that he finally got that phone call through to Czechoslovakia. He had signed them. The NCAA said no, it was not during the period. He visited UCLA and then chose Iowa State because he liked the climate.
That's a little unusual. Martinez. Mashburn with the rebound and the strong move. And that's where Kentucky may have an advantage, Bill, on the inside.
They are strong. This is one of the great players in college basketball. That body, not by Fisher, maybe by Brown. Big, strong, and he can shoot the 3s.
And does a nice job of mashing folks on the inside.
The nickname, right? Monster Mash. And you can see the weakness, I think, with Iowa State, their inside physical play.
Pelphrey with the follow. Eaton the rebound. Bayless. Nice defensive job by Farmer, but a better offensive move by Bayless.
He guarded himself out of his shoe. You're right. He gave ground beautifully. Was in position to pick up that charge.
And the Wildcat teammates trying to wait for Farmer to get a sneaker on.
Well, he better do it quickly. They do everything else in a hurry.
Still plenty of time left on the shot clock. 24 seconds.
Nice job by Iowa State trapping. He doesn't have the lace fastened yet.
Woods inside. A little too quick a pass. Too much zip on it for Pelphrey. And Farmer with a little time, along with Bayless, tying his shoe.
Well, the unfortunate part of this is you could get hurt as he gets his legs and laces caught up.
Back to live action. Kentucky pressing. Ahead, Bayless. Spin move blocked by Pelphrey, but a foul whistled on John Pelphrey. That'll be foul number 1 on Pelphrey. And coming next, here on CBS, East Tennessee State taking on the Fab Five of Michigan. That will be a 2:45 tip-off, and of course, we'll get you there on time. And then at 2:50, it'll be UTEP taking on Kansas. East Tennessee State, talk about a Cinderella squad. They've got a player named Calvin Talford. You know him, Billy. He's good.
Incredible basketball team. It's a great story. Les Robinson coached there a few years ago, went to North Carolina State. His assistant, Alan LaForce, took over, and look what they've done. Shocking Arizona and Lute Olson.
Cinderella only in name only because a lot of these squads can play, Billy.
Well, nobody's going to call him for games. Rodney Ingles, another pretty fair player down there. And a 2-2-1 after the free throw by Iowa State.
7-6 Kentucky lead. 17-20 left in the first half of play. Off of Iowa State, it stays Kentucky ball with 37 seconds left on the shot clock.
James, Iowa State does not want to press to turn it into a fast-paced game. You try and back it off.
Mashburn, he's dangerous in there. Tipped slightly that time by Michalik.
Gamble.
Bayless brings it in. Farmer, alert play by Richie Farmer. Good hands. Boy, everything has to be about being alert for a Pitino team.
They're very demanding. At practice, everything done to the T. A lot of back screens. They post up very well, JB. Martinez and also Mashburn.
Mashburn with the ability to come outside and play just as a nice pass to Farmer. Give the credit to Pelphrey.
Unselfish. Nice play again by Farmer. It's Richie's day with or without the footwear.
Now, normally, Bill, this kind of intensity early on is hard to sustain, but Kentucky goes 9 deep, so they can maintain it.
Well, high octave. They just like to push as much as they can, whether it's to complement the defense or run the break.
See the full court pressure by Kentucky trying to keep Iowa State out of its patterned offense.
Maybe that's the idea. They're too good in half court, Pitino feels.
Thigpen loses the handle, recovered by Michalik. And now Bayless gets a chance to set up that pattern offense that Pitino says looks very familiar.
Well, he said Jackie Lehman, his old coach at UMass, ran this. He had been an assistant for Johnny Orr. That's what's great about Michalik, JB. He can shoot it. We mentioned his ability to handle and pass, but not afraid to go strong to the basket. And generally, European players, they like that perimeter game. They'll bang you, but they don't like to go strong to the goal.
Michalik not in the act of shooting. The foul that time on Jamaal Martinez. His first personal. Second team foul for Kentucky. 9-6 Wildcats lead. 16 minutes left in the first half. Deep shot by Thigpen for 2.
He's got to make them because with that high offense, they're not in good offensive rebounding position. Kentucky should be able to run off misses.
And a kick ball that time, an attempted pass by Mashburn, kicked by the quick reactions of Michalik. We'll be back after this.
If you're considering some new lawn or garden equipment, remember that no one can match the quality and variety of John Deere. For example, the air-conditioned John Deere 8760 will plow the average garden in just 4.5 seconds. And there's also the John Deere 285, While it lacks air conditioning, it does take less space. For your lawn, there's the Maximizer Combine at around $100,000. But you and your neighbors might prefer the STX for less than $2,000. For landscaping, almost any one of our lawn and garden tractors will do just fine. Or of equal quality, there's the John Deere 892 excavator. It can not only transplant rhododendrons, but even move your neighbor's car if he parks in your driveway. So whatever your lawn and garden needs, be sure to see your John Deere dealer. He'll get you just the right equipment for whatever job you need to do. That is, if he can.
You can ski a live volcano. Take a dip in the Colorado. Take your bike way up in the blue. Catch a tidal wave and go. You can sled without the snow. But you've never done nothing like a diet too. Full tilt taste. You won't believe it's a diet. You can leave, you can fly, take a ride in the sky. But you've never done nothing like a diet too.
Looks great. But come on, I mean, you know, you could have gotten yourself another BMW or a Lexus.
I suppose, but why? This had everything I wanted. Power, great handling, ABS,
Yeah, but
airbag, leather, everything. I couldn't see spending 10, 20,000 more for what?
who makes it?
Pontiac. It's the new Bonneville.
Nice.
A contagious killer has flown into New York City.
What's happening to me?
Now it threatens every man, woman, and child. Kate Jackson, Quiet Killer Tuesday.
Good ball game in the early going here between Kentucky and Iowa State. And don't forget, coming next, East Tennessee State against Michigan. That's a 2:45 tip. UTEP against Kansas. That will be at 2:50. We will get you there on time. Wildcats, Farmer. Michalik with the rebound.
And Michigan, they're legit. Those great freshmen, the Fab Five we've been talking about all year. I'm impressed with their defense, JB. Everybody talks about their open floor ability. They can get down and guard you.
Well, you hate to see that squad mature in tournament play because they are awesome.
A lot of people pray they leave early, huh?
Eaton for three. And Pelphrey snatches the long rebound. Good hustle by Pelphrey. Martinez. No foul call. And Pelphrey with the rebound. Boy, Pelphrey is everywhere. 3 rebounds for John Pelphrey already.
Of course, they got that great sub coming in. Feldhaus is all over as well. Martinez will make that shot next year. Will be a little bit stronger. A little too much there.
Lost his footing. Second turnover. Thigpen. Thigpen, who improved and honed his game playing his father.
An old Pittsburgh Piper, huh? He used to play him one-on-one, JB, and then the father stopped when he got pretty good. Now he just shoots against them. Intelligent. Nice
pass. Pelphrey inside to Woods. Pelphrey is on a mission. He said that clearly yesterday.
Hoiberg with the basketball. He's got to get in the game. Not like that, though.
Mashburn with the steal. Kentucky on top by 1. A 3 by Pelphrey.
He keeps shooting like that. Mission will be accomplished.
Pelphrey with the first basket of the game for him, a 3-pointer, but he's been everywhere on the floor. The vocal leader of the Wildcats.
Outspoken, grabs them on free throws. Somewhat of the extension, even though he's not a guard, from the bench.
Michalik, nice move by the big fella.
He's deceptive. He looks like one of those guys. Well, I'll guard him. He doesn't look like he's mean.
Doesn't look like anything is coordinated.
No.
Pelphrey, let me tell you, he's coordinated.
Well, not according to Ray Oliver, the strength coach. What's he call him? A genetic
misfit.
Misfit.
And a charging foul called on Thigpen. His first personal foul. That'll be the second team foul on Iowa State. Well, guess who's enjoying the action of John Pelphrey? The moms.
She's busy with the mileage plus. Huh? She's got to go see Jerry play as well for East Tennessee State. So an athletic family, and in chatting with him yesterday, he wants to be a coach. Jeff Sendek down discussing things with him. A 3.9 at Carnegie Mellon, incidentally. Jeff, is that what yours was at Harvard?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wish.
Oh,
I wish. 3.2.
That's pretty darn good.
17-12, Kentucky lead, 13-30 left in the game. Woods, nice hesitation move and score. hesitation move on a part of Sean Woods, who averages 6 a game. Here's Bayless. And Bayless skies over a good no call.
Absolutely. Let him play. This is what kills you. They push it down the floor, JB. Now, that was a deflection. They got it wrong.
And you know what? That should be Kentucky ball.
They got it. Jody got it right. Look at Johnny Orr. Now, what the hell? You said he was over 60?
64.
Well, we got a long way to go, JB, but still fond of officials. Praise for them each evening.
But you know what? Johnny Orr knows that was Kentucky ball, but he's got to put the act up.
Well, he wants to let everybody know he's alert. No rocking chair for him. But the pressure of the dribble, it's tough to match up defensively.
Dale Brown tried to follow his miss off his hands. Now, Cyclones ball. Well, Johnny Orr certainly has done wonders up there in Ames, Iowa. Got the crowd behind him, packing the house now.
The foul to Brown by Brown. Dale, that is. John at home, they've been sensational. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma jump into mind. Terrific year for him. And they play that Here's Johnny tune when he walks in.
That foul was on Dale Brown, his first, team third for Kentucky.
Nice cut, and look at
nice look. Good move by Howard Eaton, and a better look by Michalik. And a steal and a foul on Travis Ford.
JB, do you remember playing anytime you were that high, guarding on the wing, overplaying, you're in bad shape for the back cut because there isn't any support. You're out there hanging the laundry.
You know, it really is like having your pants down when a guy gets by you like that, and you know it.
The lingering lingerie. You just hope that the big guy can't pass, or you have to snuff off the pass. And right then, Kentucky didn't either.
Ryan Pearson for Iowa State replacing Ron Bayless. Pearson, Eaton, Michalik, Hoiberg, and Justus Thigpen, the 5 on the floor for Iowa State.
How about Cincy? Beating Michigan State. Oh.
Cincy's for real. Nice pass by Woods. Darren Feldhaus couldn't collect himself. And a rebound by Mashburn. You know, there was, in fact, contact. But not vicious.
A major league attempt by Mashburn, and Hoiberg, who has been quiet but talented, gave a little theatrics.
Jamaal Mashburn with the foul, his first, team 5th.
Now this is interesting. They'll run a double, and they've got to rotate. They just didn't get the 3-man up. But with Michalik, it's a tough match.
And a tough dribble this time on Eaton. A double dribble, as a matter of fact. Turnover for Iowa State. Number 2 seed Kentucky taking on the number 10 seed Cyclones of Iowa State. Pelphrey inside to Mashburn. Mismatch there.
Say goodnight. Got to keep them away. Got to deny.
Nice lead pass, and Thigpen converts foul on Dale Brown. Number 2 on Brown, 16 foul on Kentucky.
Well, when you gamble, you've got to retreat. The 5-man, generally you'll say 5-man is the center, but in the press, it's the deepest man. And you see the gamble as Mashburn came up. In a sense, Pelphrey had to slide back and cover. You can't leave it bare. Iowa State, as noted, extraordinary passing. How about that catch?
And it collected himself.
Does Johnny some justice.
Does him some justice. Justus Thigpen converts and completes the 3-point play. It's a 21-19 Kentucky lead. 12 minutes left in the first half of play. The winner here moves on to the Sweet 16 in Philadelphia on Thursday.
Should have been offense. I thought he initiated. Instead, it's on Eaton.
Now, will they call him in the act of shooting? Indeed, they say. That's the case, so Mashburn will take a trip to the free throw line. And the foul was actually whistled on Brian Pearson. First personal for Pearson.
Mashburn in that line for Kentucky. He'll shoot 2.
Mashburn did not have the kind of game that he wanted to in round 1, 3 of 13. from the floor against Old Dominion. He's 2 of 3 from the floor today and 1 of 2 on that trip to the free throw line. 22-19, Kentucky.
Pearson, a good deep shooter, but Kentucky has them revved up a little, which is to their advantage. They're trying to shoot the quickie like that. Not healthy.
Darren Feldhaus with the rebound for Kentucky. Up ahead, this was Mashburn. Smartly brings it back out.
So they go right into their motion. So you match up. The quick cuts break you down.
Woods, Mashburn, Pelphrey, Feldhaus, and Farmer, the 5 in white for Kentucky.
Back screen. Feldhaus pop out for the 3 if he can get it. Pass cut. Everybody steps to that line.
Mashburn for 3. Kentucky averages 25 3-point shots a game, so my goodness, they like to put it up. And Farmer with the steal. 5th turnover for Iowa State.
Got to value the ball and go slower.
Pelphrey. Nice double clutch by John Pelphrey. The mission being continued.
Sure is. They got a lot they've lost in their minds, not playing in NCAA in the last couple of years.
Biggest lead of the ball game, 27-19, 10:35 left in the first half of play. Eaton fouled from behind by Farmer. That will be the first personal foul on Richie Farmer.
Kentucky foul, number 32, Richie Farmer. That's his first, the 7th team foul.
And that will be Kentucky's 7th team foul. So, Bill, they ought to be shooting.
You've got it, JB. We had this problem with Fordham the other night. People said, well, they're not used to playing on television. Well, these two clubs are.
You know, you were talking about Pelphrey being called a genetic misfit teasingly by Rock, the smooth coach.
Ray Oliver. And the thing about him is that he dunked the ball lefty, which they had never seen him done the other night. After the game, they celebrated because Ray Oliver is now going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after this season as their strength coach. Maybe he could spend a little time with both of us, huh?
And after Pelphrey put down that left-handed slam, the first one that Feldhaus had seen, Pelphrey ran over and jumped into the arms, or rather actually pointed to Rock, saying, hey, babe, take that.
That one's for you.
27-21 lead. There's Rock.
Why did Hertz invent #1 club goal service? To beat the rush hour. See, every plane and everybody seems to land at once. But with goal service, there are no counters and no paperwork. You go nonstop to your car with your name in lights. Hertz, #1 club goal. The best reason yet why Hertz beats the rush hour. Call Hertz today for low daily rates on Lincolns with free unlimited mileage.
Hit Pizza Hut for a supreme pizza loaded with 6 delicious toppings like mouth-watering pepperoni, mushrooms, and green peppers. Right now, get a medium supreme for $7.99 and any other medium for just $4 more.
Yeah, Pizza Hut tonight.
A new arrival. A tire so special, it may last as long as you own your car. The new XH4. Congratulations. It's a Michelin.
Let's meet the stars of the other game in town, the Oldsmobile Drive to the Final Four Cellathon, where the deals and values are spectacular on every new old. Example, the new Achieva with Smart Lease, just $199 per month. For 48 months and no down payment gets you an Achieva with anti-lock brakes, automatic transmission, and air. The game clock is running, so net a great deal now.
When the time comes that you need a hand with life insurance, let your Allstate agent work it out on paper, starting with your house and a policy to protect your mortgage. Of course, if your family's already filled out, your agent can help you fashion a plan for a college fund or for a retirement that promises nothing but smooth sailing. So let your Allstate agent be your agent for life. You're in good hands with Allstate, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
The coach's son writes a school play. Will it hit below the belt?
Why do I have such a big stomach?
Honey, it's just a play.
It's a play about my stomach.
It's an all-new Evening Shade, Monday.
Jim and Billy and Mike back in New York. It's time to travel out of Worcester for a moment. First, let's go to Tempe and southwestern Louisiana with the basketball in red, leading over New Mexico State 26-24. What about the coaches in this game, Mike?
I think, Billy, for the folks who may not know it, southwestern Louisiana head coach Marty Fletcher knows a little bit about championship teams.
I guarantee you, he coaches an assistant under Morgan Wooten in national championship high school type play. He coached under Norm Sloan, who won a national championship at NC State, and also under Jimmy Valvano at NC State, who won a national championship. So he certainly has had a good pedigree.
Now, New Mexico State hasn't shot well, but they've been able to force some turnovers, kept them in the game, Jimmy.
Okay, under 6 minutes to go in the first half in that one. Meanwhile, let's travel to Atlanta and Michigan and the Fab Five off to a hot start from the floor.
Well, they hit 5 of their first 6, getting the ball inside, up and down the floor. And, Billy, it seems to me if East Tennessee State, which killed Arizona from 3, wants to play this open floor pace with the talented Wolverines, they're in a lot of trouble.
Well, it looks to me like Weber is really enjoying going up against Dennis from East Tennessee State. Chris Weber, we've seen, takes on those individual challenges, as he did with Christian Laettner. Had that monster game way back in December, Jim.
UTEP in Kansas as we move now to Dayton. Already 2 minutes and 9 seconds old, and no score in this game between the 1-seed Kansas and the UTEP Miners.
Now, we talked about both teams being very good defensive teams. Look at the shooting percentages. 0 for 5, 0 for 4, and that is a key already in this game and something to watch throughout the ballgame, Jimmy.
Yes, UTEP with the basketball in orange. Billy?
Kansas shot 60% in their win over Howard, having all kinds of problems today. UTEP, Don Haskins, have been known for tough man-to-man defense ever since they won the national championship. He's a Coach Iba disciple, as is Eddie Sutton, so you're going to see some hard-nosed man-to-man against Kansas.
Okay, back to your game, Iowa State and Kentucky. And before we send it back, your thoughts on the game, guys?
Kentucky 4 of 5 from 3, now 4 of 7 from 3. They missed a couple in the last couple of minutes here. But that's the pace of the game, Billy, seems to be where Kentucky wants it. And again, they live and die on the perimeter under Rick Pitino.
You know, 30 roughly 30 points in the first 10 minutes. That is a high-scoring affair there.
That's where they want it.
Let's go back to James Brown and Bill Raftery at the Centrum.
Jimmy, and add to the comment of Mike Francesa that the front court scoring of Kentucky a 20-8 advantage, and this man right here has been leading the charge, Jamaal Mashburn, who's fouled awfully hard by Michalik. As he pops back up, Mashburn specifically with 10 points with 9:13 remaining in the first half. But I guess Michael's point still is well taken because this guy Mashburn does it inside and out.
Well, what's amazing about him, he's getting these points, whether it's the 3 or inside, because he runs the floor so well. That time he beat his partner Michalik back. They found them. They ran a high-low while we were away. They're utilizing their team speed and their aggressive nature.
Previous bucket by Mashburn.
Look how deep that high-low is. That's a 25-foot dump in, so that's not being in position or being on the high side too much, not waiting or not turning and facing the basketball on the pass. That's why they're going for a little bigger and stronger guy in Meyer.
No loss in height. Well, Michalik stays in, so actually a gain in height there is Howard Eaton at 6'6", takes a seat on the bench, and a 6'11" Loren Meyer comes into the game for Iowa State.
I think he's got to put a body on Mashburn and get help on the threes. He may be a little tardy getting out there.
31-24, Kentucky on top. Bayless, nice fake, and score. Bayless doing the job. 4 of 5 from the field today. He was only 2 of 10 against ODU on Friday night.
Meyer taking the 3 away.
Feldhaus nails it. Deron Feldhaus.
Michalik not used to getting out.
Mashburn is used to getting back, and I don't know. The foul is called on Jamaal Mashburn as he did an excellent job of getting back on defense.
Well, Michalik not able to do it at the other end defensively, but look at this, the challenge, I think reminiscent of Georgetown, in that you don't get a free shot. They acknowledge one another, very coordinated on the defensive end.
Take a look at Rick Pitino talking to Pelphrey, again the vocal leader out there. Mashburn picking up his second personal foul.
Pelphrey said he wants to coach, and he's upset if he doesn't get a pro chance that he can't be a grad assistant because they're eliminating that post, as you know, the President's Commission in a cost-cutting situation. And Pelphrey had a great comment here. They have camps for everybody, players, coaches, clinics, but not for a young guy to learn. And so hopefully they'll address that in the near future.
Very well thought out position on the part of Pelphrey. his problems with the elimination of the GA position, the graduate assistant. Mike Bergman into the contest, replacing Michalik. Bergman, a 6'8" sophomore forward for Iowa State. Woods down low to Mashburn, kicks it back out to Deron Feldhaus. This is Pelphrey. Clear shot, and makes it.
Great patience. The old pump fake.
What a half for John Pelphrey. 11 points. He's at his season's average in the first half.
Whoa. Jody's saying he straddled.
Don't we know that?
We know that rule.
Biggest lead of the ball game, a 9-point lead.
Nice
check.
Get the roll. Go ahead. Good check out by Feldhaus.
Mashburn, little room to operate, and he goes up strong and is fouled. I think the foul is going to be called on Ron Bayless, and that would be, I think that's on Bayless, is it not? And it is. And that's his first personal foul. Go ahead, Billy.
Well, James Brown, if you're the dilemma for Johnny Orr, your big guys down there saying, Coach, the guy's banging me, Mashburn. Then he goes out and shoots the threes. How do I play him? But you could see now the substitution with Eaton because they're playing behind Mashburn. He's going to destroy it. He's the king when he posts up, shapes up, and begs for the ball.
Boy, what a nice arsenal to have to be able to go inside and out in the case of Jamaal Mashburn. Take a look at Andre Riddick in the on-deck circle. Well, Johnny Orr certainly staying right on top of it. Fred Auerbach talked about coaches maintaining a feel for the game, not letting anything escape, and certainly Johnny Orr right on top of it.
Well, he's been around a while. He'll get back in this thing.
The women's Final Four in 2 weeks on CBS.
A mistake was made. Okay, we forgot. We overlooked it.
Say you need something sent overnight. There are a few companies you can call, but say you need it Saturday morning, guaranteed. There are two, but only one is so efficient.
Bobby, just give me a couple of minutes.
They get it there on time for far less, which is why to some, there is only one, UPS.
2 minutes, get him up. Yeah, 12, who's 12? 40. Yeah, let's go, get him up.
You can say that Microsoft Windows makes the world a better place, a nation more productive, a business more profitable. But really, Microsoft Windows just makes your everyday work easier. Isn't that the point of personal computing anyway? Microsoft Windows.
Last week at the Lake Edna KFC, there were two incredible occurrences. One was the long-awaited introduction of new skin-free crispy chicken. People were astonished that skin-free chicken could be so crispy and juicy, astounded over the deep marinated taste. And the UFO is interesting, too. Get 3 great kinds of chicken, including new skin-free crispy in a variety bucket, just $9.99. The juiciest deal in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Oldsmobile knows that all your roads won't be sunny roads. That's why the all-new Oldsmobile 88 Royale LS offers you advanced traction engineering, the combination of anti-lock brakes, traction control, and road-holding front-wheel drive. The 3 elements to beat the elements. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
The Oldsmobile Drive to the Final Four Cellathon. It's your best shot for a great deal now.
You are watching the NCAA Basketball Championship on CBS.
First time ever the state of Massachusetts has hosted NCAA tournament games, and Billy, in the time we've been here, it's been outstanding.
They treated everybody beautifully. Nice, strong move. Bayless to the goal. They're picking their spots a little bit better. They brought everybody up for the gamble, the home run pass. You've got to change your offense against Kentucky because they read things so well. Pelphrey, unfortunately, back late. That's the second time he hasn't been in position, although he's done a lot of things correct.
No doubt about that. Second personal on Pelphrey. 10th team foul on Kentucky, so double bonus situation. And Bayless continues on fire. 5 of 6 from the field. The lead is down to 7 with 7:35 left in the first half of play. James Brown along with Bill Raftery, and Woods can't get the drop. Bayless leading the charge. Nice good pass. Oh, and a nice left-handed shot by Bergman.
Kept running. They do like to give it up, don't they?
Boy, nice move by Bayless. Give him the credit. Good look.
A lot of guys will stop running. Bergman went down and through.
The Wildcats lead down to 5 with 7 minutes left in the half. Well, Iowa State doing the Big 8 proud. 6 teams initially in the tournament. Nice pass inside to Farmer.
Well, that's what the three-pointer does. The roll-up, hugging. You'll see some open cuts now, and the response passing.
Steal by Pelphrey. That's what he's been doing all half, playing the floor. 7 turnovers for Iowa State.
Because the coach says play to 3.
Oh, that's why.
And Bergman not quick enough to get out on Feldhaus. A lot of weapons for UK.
Deron Feldhaus with his 6th point of the afternoon, and it's 43-33 Kentucky. Back to 10. Kentucky, as you take a look at those 3-point field goals, averaging 25 3-point shots a game. They came into the tournament with over 800
Rick
3-pointers attempted.
Rick knows numbers. He likes the racetrack. 7 times 3 is 21 from our early Rick Pitino, a aficionado of the Nags.
Thigpen. Nice 2-man play between Bergman and Thigpen. And Thigpen, warm indeed, to the tune of 12 points in the first half.
Cuts and probably some dribble opportunities as they step up on the 3-point shooter. You notice Woods went by earlier. Some can create a little bit now. There's the 3 again.
Feldhaus has the opening and the shot. Deron Feldhaus warming up from outside.
Look at this steal by Pelphrey, as he had a heck of a anticipation half, stepping in all the passing lanes. He and Feldhaus, right, without Mashburn, have stepped it up. Little rest with the foul problems.
Well, Rick Pitino challenged the seniors the other night. Hey, fellas, this is your shot. Mashburn, the others, they will get another shot at it. Let's do it. Oklahoma State, a tournament record 80% from the field today, and they're 87. 71 victory over Tulane, so the posse shot down. 4 ACC teams still left. Moving on to the Sweet 16, Cincinnati. First Sweet 16 since 1975.
And Billy was mentioned that 62 team in his Final Four. I think Bonham and Thacker. Yates, pretty good backcourt as well. And he mentioned Paul Hogue, #1 draft pick by the Knicks in those days.
You don't hear Billy Packer talk much about his playing days, but he was a gutty, scrappy little ball player.
Well, he tells me a lot about it.
Oh,
I don't know about you. So that he was feisty and knowledgeable, just like today.
10-point lead by Kentucky with 4:50 left in the first half of play, 48-38.
They're challenging that 3. Back screens have gotten them 3-point opportunities of late. Step up on the cutter and then step out. Here it is again.
Good pump by Deron Feldhaus off the front iron. Michalik with the rebound. And behind his back, the 6'11" kid can handle it.
Nice look.
And Pippett off the glass. What do you call that?
A little kiss.
All right.
A pip of a kiss. But they have to get relaxed on offense. I think the speed is not their style. And this dilemma here, you don't like to go zone, but Kentucky having their way against man-to-man. Motion, back screens, cuts and 3s.
Really, this is one determined Iowa State ball club, though, up in their faces.
Look at them challenge. I mean, that's not easy to do.
8-point ball game. You see the shot clock down to 10 seconds. Junior Brady. And score the basket as Bayless hit Grady on the arm. The shot goes. And for those of you who have not listened to the last 200 Bill Raftery games this year, here are Bill Raftery Raftisms you need to be aware of. What does he mean with a kiss? That's a bank shot. Great look, nice pass. Numbers, that's a fast break. Send it in, the game's over, and my favorite, minimum. That means man-to-man defense.
My guy's got me.
Bill Raftery there. All righty, we'll be back with more Raftisms and a good game here in just a moment.
They came from different cultures, from different worlds, to create Expo 92. To help them work together, Xerox designed the largest local area network in Europe, linking thousands of people to share ideas and create the documents that let people discover the best in each other. Putting it together. Networking, scanning, printing. Xerox, the document company.
Good times with friends, hey, they're special. Sometimes you wish they would never end. The care you show is just as special. Friends know when to say when.
The family of Budweiser beers is proud of all the friendships they've helped make. So when they remind you to know when to say when, it's all in the name of friendship.
Friends know when to say when.
Why can't van doors swing open instead of slide? Why do minivans handle like trucks? Why can't they feel more like a car? This is what the engineers at Mazda wondered when they designed the MPV. Because when you ask better questions, you tend to come up with better answers.
Why does your door do that?
The MPV from the new Mazda.
It just feels right.
If your face were square, shaving would be simple. If your face were flat, any razor would do. But your face has curves. You need the revolutionary Schick Tracer, the first razor with a blade that flexes to trace every curve on your face. Compared to other razors, Tracer puts more of the blade edge against your skin. For real faces, just like yours. Tracer from Schick traces every curve on your face.
Monday, don't watch reruns on another network when we've got brand new original comedies. Murphy Brown, Designing Women, and Northern Exposure. New shows Monday on CBS.
51-40, Kentucky lead, 3:42 left in the first half of play. It's the number 2 seed, Wildcats, against the number 10 seed, Cyclones of Iowa State. And Billy, we were just talking during commercial, Iowa State just will not fold.
No, they won't. And I think the more they run this half-court action, the better they will be. Use some clock. Nice cut.
Good pass. Foul that time by Andre Riddick, the freshman center out of New York.
Look where Michalik threw that pass from. Rick can't believe it either. Extraordinary distance and able to convert. And he's saying you got to help, but they spread you. Very similar to Princeton. Use the floor, deploy high, give you room low.
As a matter of fact, Rick Pitino was talking about the European style of play, and George Blaney, the coach at Holy Cross, they like to play over the top a lot. What a great example with that pass from Michalik.
Well, in the States, and I guess Bobby Knight would be one of the guys currently, and Mike Krzyzewski, where they deny the wing pass aggressively. This opens up that passing and cutting lane.
As we take a look at Brad Pippett at the free throw line, a 6'5" forward who may be the most physical player on the team of Iowa State as he nails the free throws. East region action between Kentucky and Iowa State. Kentucky playing some inspired ball, being led by the senior, John Pelphrey. Nice pass inside to Andre Riddick for the slam. And it's a 53-42 Kentucky lead. And Johnny Orr.
Well, what happened is on the dunk, Riddick's foot hit Pippett, and Johnny Orr really didn't see the play. But when you press Kentucky, you'll pay for it. They turn it into a fast break opportunity, and you could see the shoe coming up.
Hey, Billy, and as someone who's into the martial arts just a little bit.
That hurts?
Oh, let me tell you, that was at the Adam's apple. That can be extremely dangerous.
Oh.
Unintentional, but dangerous. 3:05 left in the first half of play. 53-42, Kentucky on top. And there's a turnover. Kentucky's aggressive defense has forced 9 turnovers. Ratty. And a follow by Darren Feldhaus. What a great effort. He was Thigpen. Thigpen. Boy, has he had himself a nice first half. Justus Thigpen with 14 points. And the follow on the other end by Feldhaus.
Check this press out now, JB. They're revved up. You're going to have to go over the top. Less people down the floor. Now, Iowa State has got people at half court. As we take a look at the brackets, you're going to have to go deep. Coming up next, a real good one, the number 3 seed UMass, and they are talented, aren't they?
They are. Kentucky and Iowa State both on the mark. And can you believe that? You look at those numbers from Iowa State field goals, 75% from the floor, and they're down by 11.
Nice play by Woods.
And a good behind him back move by Pelphrey. Nice pass to Woods. And a turnover. Thigpen.
JB, what makes them so tough, Feldhaus went to the three-point line. That was the alternate. How do you guard all of that?
And Bayless taking it in traffic, and he's hammered.
Big Feldhaus. Step late.
Darren Feldhaus picks up his first personal foul. Double bonus situation for Iowa State.
And JB, in listening to Feldhaus and Pelphrey yesterday, the adulation they have for Pitino, it just comes through. What he's done for the program, one says it's the enthusiasm, the other says it's the motivation. They tease him about the accent. I didn't notice anything, did you?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, Feldhaus even forgave me for Deron.
Oh, you stuck one in? Well, they were saying that Farmer and Rick tease one another about their accent. And on a recent trip, they wanted another tape in, and Rick said to Farmer, "You want the definition of forte?" Now, that's a lack of communication skills.
He says, "No, coaches, put a tape in, not forte." At the half, coming your way, less than 2 minutes away, Jim, Billy, and Mike in the studio, the guys with the colorful ties.
I'm glad Nance picked out Packers. They don't have those kind of ties in advance.
Kentucky battling hard on the boards. Brady gets the follow. Junior Brady, the junior guard, with the basket. 57-46 Kentucky. 1:25 left in the half. And a foul out front. Tom Harrington. Billy, I'll tell you one thing. This first half, these guys have been going at it breakneck speed. Talk about good conditioning.
I think Kentucky can do it. Iowa State gets 81 points a game, so the numbers somewhat in their neighborhood, but I just think the style, too open, too free. And I don't think they can keep that up, JB. I think they've got to get it organized, take the break, but then bring it back out and run their little intricate sets.
Oh, you mentioned that Iowa State averaging 81 points a game on the season. Kentucky 84. Both opponents averaging only 72. Well, I say only 72, but the differential about the same, so very identical in that regard. Bayless misses a second. His first free throw miss. He's 8 of 9 from the charity stripe. Still free. They're going to go the other way. Jody Sylvester calling John Pelphrey for the charging foul, and that is the third personal on John Pelphrey. And Pitino right on top of it. And take a look. There's John Pelphrey's brother.
Both brothers are tall. Not in the white shirt, left and blue. But once in a while, in looking at tapes of Kentucky, they'll get in trouble when they over-dribble. Because they're such a good catch, look for the three, kick, and get a screen team. But when they dribble, on occasion, they'll get caught up. Harrison in, pretty good shooter, JB, and handler.
And Bayless with an awfully strong first half. 20 points for Bayless. Make it 21. And Skip McCoy comes in to give Bayless a well-deserved rest. Bayless had a heck of a defensive game the other night against UNC Charlotte, defending Henry Williams.
Yes, he did. Extraordinary. And what John Orr has done is space this guy's pretty good. I think the big guys are going to have trouble keeping up, but not the little guys. Riddick, one of the few that won't shoot that deep one consistently. Everybody else gets the puppy set.
Pitino having gone a little deeper on his bench now. 50 seconds left in the first half. Feldhaus, Woods, Riddick, Junior Brady, and Chris Harrison, the 5 on the floor for Kentucky. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Woods. Rebounded by Eaton. 35 seconds left in the half.
Looks like they're going to hold for one. We haven't seen this too often.
57-49, Kentucky on top. Iowa State trying to cut into that lead before heading to the locker room at the halfway mark.
JB, they like to either hit the forward or the center, then he looks down as they scream down.
Eaton is open. Nice slice move. Can't hold it. Oh, gets it back. And it goes to Kentucky. It does. Bob Garibaldi with the call.
And they got to be ready defensively now, Iowa State. Try and make Kentucky use the floor.
And look how quickly Pitino
gets the shooters in.
Shooters in the game. Richie Farmer, Travis Ford into the ball game. Chris Harrison still in there, along with Junior Brady.
Problem is not quick of foot right now. Ford with his leg and knee problem, and mishandled that situation. Would have been better to have Farmer bring the basketball up. And
you talk about the knee problems of Ford. Loose bone chips or something of the like floating around in that knee. He will have an operation after the season.
And Jeff Brazeau missing all year, and Brazeau, I should say, missing all year.
Nearly on the mark, the shot that time by Brad Pippett. Good first half. And that's the end of the first half with the score. Kentucky 57, Iowa State 49. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the second round of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We build excitement. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. And by Hertz, we never forget who made us #1. We're Hertz. We're America's wheels.
This is our vision of what a luxury sedan should be. Not because it offers rich leather and anti-lock brakes, but because it comes standard with an airbag on the driver's side and the passenger side as well, creating a luxury sedan where even peace of mind is shared. The new 929, the first luxury sedan from the new Mazda.
It just feels right.
Each year, corporate America spends over $10 billion on overnight shipping. Yet, according to a report in the Wall Street Journal, $3 billion of that is wasted. If you find that kind of inefficiency alarming, call UPS. We can save you up to 40% on overnight deliveries and help prevent your profits from going up in smoke. UPS. We run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
Maybe you've heard that taking drugs and drinking can make you happier, smarter, more popular. Drugs and alcohol don't open your mind. They just close the door on your future.
If you or someone you know needs help or information concerning drug abuse, call this toll-free number, 1-800-662-HELP. This message provided by the NCAA.
This is CBS.
Leaders acknowledge the leader.
The bottom line on Holmes Murphy is that their service is so outstanding. They're always there when you need them.
Holmes Murphy has a personal touch that's hard to beat. Big as they are, they're never too big for our company.
You too can depend on the leader. Holmes Murphy.
Folks, Stivers Lincoln Mercury and the Lincoln Mercury division announces a special edition 92 Mercury Topaz for our area. For a limited time, super loaded, front-wheel drive, brand new 1992 Mercury Topaz for $89.88. Folks, this is a brand new 92 model available at used car prices. We're downtown and on the Merle Hay Auto Mile.
Stivers Lincoln Mercury.
All right, the tournament is split 4 ways at the present time. Halftime, Kentucky over Iowa State by 8 in a high-scoring game. In fact, more scoring in this one at halftime than the entire game at Worcester between Syracuse and Princeton. Jim Nance, along with Mike Francesa and Billy Packer. Your thoughts, guys, on this game?
Hey, how about if you're Iowa State and you're shooting 15 for 21, you go in and you're trailing by 8?
And how about for those people who say, hey, this must be the highest-scoring game of all time? Loyola Marymount, 19, remember that? 1990, 149, 115?
Not even close. Okay, let's get to Dayton right now for a live look at UTEP against Kansas. The Jayhawks lead it by 3. Southwestern Louisiana and New Mexico State in the first minute of the second half. Here's Brad Nessler with Ann Myers.
Less than a minute into the second half of this second-round West Regional game here in Tempe, Arizona, Southwestern Louisiana, and New Mexico State. Brad Nessler and Ann Myers with you, deadlocked at 41. Marty Fletcher, his club, and Neil McCarthy's. They have seesawed back and forth throughout this game. They're the 12th and 13th seeds in the West Regional, and one of them is just 19 minutes away from going to the Sweet 16.
Southwestern Louisiana has really been able to hit the outside shot and hit the offensive boards against a spread out 2-3 matchup zone against New Mexico State, and it's really hurt the defense. Also defensively, Southwestern Louisiana have struggled, made New Mexico State struggle with Sam Crawford not getting inside.
I said a mouthful about the offensive boards and the three-point shooting as Mouton buried the 3 after the offensive rebound. Traylor has the answer on the other end. It's a 1-point game. Both these teams about as loose as you're ever going to see at practice. A bunch of upstarts who weren't expected to get this far.
Number 4, Thigpen returns to the Aggies lineup, replacing number 32, Eric Traylor.
18:20 to go in the half in that game in the West. Probably headed for a last-minute finish.
You know, I think Brad just said the ability that both teams very loose. Upstart's not supposed to be here, but they both showed a lot of poise in their upset wins in the first round.
They did. The win over DePaul, of course, by New Mexico State. Southwest Louisiana beating Oklahoma. And that may be the difference, Jim, in regard to what they have to do. They're facing a similar opponent, not like East Tennessee State is having to do going up against Michigan.
Excellent point. How about that slam by Marcus Stokes? Okay, a 3-point lead for the Cajuns. Let's switch now to Atlanta, where Michigan is shooting almost as well from the floor as Oklahoma State did earlier today. Here's Greg and Quinn.
And welcome to those of you joining us here in the Omni in Atlanta. 52-34, Michigan with the lead, coming up on a minute 40 to play here in the first half, and it has been all Michigan in its inside game so far. And that's a traveling call.
They got it walking on the sideline, Greg, but what's happened is Michigan got the inside game, they got the outside game. They have been patient. One of the things that Steve Fisher wanted to make sure his group was able to do, they have done that. They have also been very aggressive on the defensive end. Every time there is a potential shot on the part of East Tennessee State, there has been a Michigan player with a hand in their face. And then when there are rebounds, where East Tennessee State can beat you is to the rebounds, they have not been able to beat Michigan to the rebound. Telford. That's short. He's falling backwards when he shot it.
And a pushing foul is going to go against Marty Story of East Tennessee State. That's number 2 on Story. And that was another example of a rushed shot by the Buccaneers.
It really was, because he's actually shooting the shot back a little bit further than he would like to shoot it. When you're struggling the way East Tennessee State is, they've got to get some baskets off this press, or somebody's got to get them some layups.
Tell you the way it shapes up right now, Billy Packer, the Southeast Regional at Lexington is just stocked full of powerhouses with Ohio State, North Carolina, Oklahoma State, and it looks like Michigan at this point.
Well, Jim, there's been a Final Four in Lexington, and this is almost going to be that caliber of field, if not that caliber of field.
You have any tickets, Billy?
They're all taken by Eddie Sutton.
Okay, 50 seconds to go in the half, and Michigan has 54 points, trying to top the best or highest first half total in the tournament. Kentucky has it right now at 57. And let's remind you that coming up, the third part of our triple header, many will see Louisville against UCLA, the second game on tap in Tempe today. And others will watch Syracuse against UMass from Worcester. So 54-34 is the score. Michigan with 25 seconds to go in the half. Kentucky leads it by 8. We'll get you back for that game at the Centrum as we continue on the road to the Final Four.
The white zone is for immediate.
We didn't design the new Mazda MX-3 to be like apple pie. Jalapenos were what we had in mind. Because if something's not worth having an opinion about it, it's not worth having. And with the only V6 in its class, the MX-3 is one hot chili pepper. Hey, you're not John Doe. Why drive his car? The new MX-3 from the new Mazda.
It just feels right!
The RCA projection screen is so big, you'll feel like part of the show when you watch the RCA home theater. It also has Dolby surround sound that's so real,
Stand back, everyone.
you'll forget you're sitting at home.
Let me handle this.
The RCA home theater also has Pix-in-Pix. It lets you watch two things at once, in color. Another way RCA is changing entertainment again.
Education is the underlying basis for whatever success we have. Athletics may have opened some doors which might not otherwise have been opened, but it's the education which allows us to choose between which doors to walk in. No matter what we accomplish in life, no matter what we have accomplished in life, it is education which makes the difference. The message is going out that education is important. Athletes are role models, and as role models, we have the unique opportunity to send that message. It is our opportunity to influence the future. And children are the future. The education of today's student athletes is crucial because they are tomorrow's leaders. They are tomorrow's role models. When student athletes perform and achieve in the classroom, everybody wins. And one of the lessons that I've learned over the years is that you can never have too many winners.
Halftime in Kentucky up by 8. We'll return to the Centrum after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship.
This and available 5-ton towing. Chevrolet, the trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Hey, you took the job. Boy, are we glad you're here. It's been a nightmare. You know, we must have 10 different computer systems in this place. Good ones, too. But they just refuse to work with each other. Well, of course, you've dealt with worse problems. Yeah, we heard what you did at your last job. Getting all those different systems to share applications and databases. Nice tie. It's my boss. Hey, maybe we could hook up later for lunch. You play racquetball? Focus, Susan.
I'm Mark McEwen.
And I'm Harry Smith. Would you be safer if pilots took a nap during long flights?
We'll examine the latest FAA proposal tomorrow on CBS This Morning. Breakfast for your head.
Those Royals are at it again. No, not their royal family, our royal family.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Well, it's dark outside, so my guess is it's night time.
Della Reese and Jack Hay are back.
Talking about the fox guarding the chicken coop.
You got that fox part right.
And Jack Hay's really cooking.
I'm the girl who put the mad in Madonna.
The new royal family returns Wednesday, April 8th.
This is CBS.
Working to be #1.
And we're doing it by having in stock, on hand, one of our largest inventories. These new cars and trucks are ready for delivery, ready for you. So if you want economy, family, large family, luxury, or excitement, at Carl Chevrolet Geo, we have the color, the model, the car you want, in stock, ready to take home.
Ankeny, exit 90 off I-35. Carl Chevrolet Geo.
You're gonna see the light. We're gonna see you through. You know we do things right. We're always there for you. The world keeps rearranging. One thing's never changing.
We're
scanner. More are covered by the plans of Blue Cross and Blue Shield than any other.
Don't you know it's true? You just can't beat the blues.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the second round of the NCAA Basketball Championship is sponsored by Chevrolet, the cars and trucks more people depend on. Delta Airlines, we love to fly, and it shows. And by Budweiser, the king of beers, with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud.
Halftime here at the Centrum in Worcester, Mass. Kentucky on top by 8, 57-49. James Brown along with Bill Raftery. And Bill, it's been a racehorse style of basketball in the first half. Can these guys keep it up for 2 halves?
You could never play for Princeton.
Not at all.
I know you like it. I think Kentucky can, but I think Johnny also has substitute. I think it's important for the big guys. They're showing fatigue and attacking the frontline shooters as they come outside.
Not only racehorse basketball, but both teams on fire. As you take a look at Kentucky, shot 59% in the first half. Iowa State 68% in the first half. But Bill, the turnovers certainly hurt Iowa State.
And help Kentucky get some easy baskets as well. And the three-point shooting, I think the frontline guys doing a great job screening and then stepping out to shoot them. And, you know, a great note, Kentucky assists, 17 assists on their 22 field goals. So that shows cutting, getting in position for the easy finish.
We talked about great action in the first half. We've also been blessed to know a great announcer for Kentucky basketball, Kaywood Ledford. 39 years calling Kentucky basketball. He's retiring after this year. Let's give a listen to him.
Kentucky man-to-man. Bayless now guarded by Richie Farmer. They tried everybody on him. He gives to Thigpen. Thigpen with Sean Woods on him. Backs up on the dribble. Gives to Eaton on the left side, long range. He looks under, goes to Michalik. Michalik on the give and go to Eaton. Eaton turns. Nice move on Mashburn, puts it in. He took Mashburn in one-on-one and beat him. 57-51. Kentucky's lead is at 6. Woods over the timeline for Kentucky, gives to Martinez. Out to Woods. Woods just dribbling out at long range. Farmer comes out to take it. Thigpen knocks the ball out of his hands. Farmer goes and gets it. Gives to Martinez, takes it back. Farmer going up for a 3. Nope, doesn't go this time. And it's going to be Michalik. He was up on the back of Martinez. That's his second. That's the first one of the second half. Kentucky will take it out of bounds. Kentucky shot so well from three-point range in the first half, it's hard to see how they can duplicate that and to have only an 8-point lead. That's been whittled to 6 already. Feldhaus from his own into the court, comes into Martinez. Out in backcourt to Woods. Woods looking in at Mashburn. Decides against it. Gives to Martinez, who joins him in backcourt. He gives to Mashburn, who's coming into the backcourt, to Farmer. Farmer dribbles deeper, gives to Woods. Woods at just back of the keyhole. Gives off to Martinez in backcourt. Underneath, intended for Feldhaus, and picked off in there. So Kentucky not opening all that red hot. Michalik in the left corner with it. Martinez on him. They set the screen. He drives behind it and misses with a jump shot. Mashburn claims the rebound for Kentucky. Gets it out of there to Woods. Woods runs it over the timeline. Moves in. 12-footer. Good.
The dulcet tone of Kaywood Ledford. Boy, isn't that a familiar voice in Kentucky territory.
I'm delighted that he does play-by-play. Rick took him down to Providence with some of his friends, and he ordered some fried Calipari. the UMass coach, John Calipari. Rick had to explain it's calamari. So when I chatted with him before the game, he said, well, we don't have those types of fried food in our neighborhood.
What a legend.
A classy guy.
Kaywood Ledford. It was so funny. Ledford was saying that Rick Pitino had to tell the guys when they were coming up to this part of Mass. Pitino said, fellas, now look, understand, it's not Worcester. It's Worcester. And if you really want to get proper as far as the New England folks are concerned, it's Worcester. Thigpen in traffic. And Justus Thigpen continuing his scoring.
That's an alley-oop to Thigpen because Woods was on him. Usually just see that reserved for the big guys.
16 points for Justus Thigpen. 59-53. Kentucky on top. 18:05 left in the game. These two teams fighting for the right to go to Philadelphia and be in the Sweet 16. Martinez hammered from behind by Fred Hoiberg. And Hoiberg picks up his second personal foul. Hoiberg not a contributor in the point department in the first half, did not score at all. And if he can get in the game, should help Iowa State.
He's got to light it up, JB. I mean, he's an aggressive player. We talked about him the other day. So well thought of. They call him the Meyer out there in Iowa.
He is one heck of a ball player. Just a freshman. Farmer for three. Richie Farmer pushes Kentucky out in front by 9.
Iowa State step it off a little bit. Just play. There's the open shot. One of the few he's had.
Bayless with the rebound. No call and a foul by Bayless.
And a nice stunt call, too.
Bayless has not cooled off at all. He's got 23.
They do a great job with the high-low. The screen by the big guy. Now he's got the 3 or the loop, as he did earlier to Martinez.
Mashburn. Hoiberg with the rebound.
Nice cut and look.
Good block by Martinez. And a block by Mashburn as well as a foul. And do they call it on Mashburn or Martinez?
I think maybe Martinez. But one of the few open shots by Hoiberg. And this is excellent refereeing. Just letting guys play on. If they use the center, good things happen. I think they have to go back to getting Michalik the basketball on the top. How long have you seen that? Ricky with the hand? I think he picked that up from Boeheim. Rick Pitino. The hands extended, and they do give that to Martinez, not Mashburn.
So Martinez with his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul for Kentucky. Mashburn also on the bench along with Farmer.
He's worked under a lot of people. One of them, UB Brown, who's thought of as one of the wonderful teachers in the game. And a lot of his idiosyncrasies he's picked up in terms of teaching. He's basically a teacher first, coach second.
Don't think you'll find many people who will disagree that UB Brown's certainly one of the best clinicians in the game, and Pitino picked up a lot from him. Woods, Martinez, Dale Brown, Feldhaus, Pelphrey.
Inside out.
Michalik with the rebound. Here come the Cyclones. Good help defense that time by Sean Woods, giving a hand to Dale Brown. Dale Brown one-on-one this time. Nice follow by Eaton. Howard Eaton with the follow.
What's nice about this club, they have a confidence that's exuding from Johnny Orr. And they'll do so. I think Michalik's got a dribble by Martinez. He's way out on him, but they're aggressive as well, particularly Thigpen.
Now a 3-point ball game. Iowa State has weathered 68% shooting by Kentucky in the first half. The Cyclones on a whirlwind 13-5 run, make it 13-7 run now. Here at the Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts, our racehorse basketball game. Both teams on fire. 64-59, Kentucky leading. Justus Thigpen with the 3-point shot. Off the mark, Martinez with the rebound.
James, early on, the press by Kentucky was effective. Iowa State now handling it, getting over the timeline in their half-court set. They shot well in the first half. They closed the gap here with good sound half-court runs.
Nice pass, Woods to Martinez. Sean Woods with a beautiful pass. Julius Michalik. Inside to Hoiberg. And Hoiberg still can't buy a basket. Went scoreless in the first half for Iowa State. The freshman averages 8. For 3, Dale Brown for Kentucky.
See how tough they are, though. Hoiberg posted up. Woods ran under the miss, and they bang it with the 3.
Michalik off the mark. Thigpen, and Thigpen with 18 points. He, along with Ron Bayless, who has 23, have been the hot hands for Iowa State. 3-point field goal shooting, the story of the game for Kentucky. And it's been the big men, Mashburn and Pelphrey, who've done the most damage from 3-point lane and territory for Kentucky.
And as noted, JB, they back screen, the cutter goes, they step out, and they're able to bang it.
Second personal, 3rd team foul.
It's been said that American workers are lazy. We want high pay without working and give too little attention to quality. The fact is, U.S. workers are the most productive in the world. And then some.
It looked like a slice to me.
For all the hard work and achievements of the American worker, thanks from Budweiser.
With service to more cities across the Atlantic than any other U.S. airline, Delta now makes it easier than ever for the people of America to get to know the people of Europe.
Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
See ya.
Guten Tag.
Richie.
Здравствуйте.
Now it's easy to own a Chevy truck.
My father grew up in the Depression. I grew up in the 60s. He fought a war and I didn't. All we ever saw in each other were the differences. I think we fought because we believed there'd always be time to take things back, make things right. I think now's the time for me to do that.
Skiing superstars Bill Johnson, Phil Mayer, Franz Plummer, and more compete at the American Ski Classic next Sunday on CBS.
It was literally just about 30 seconds ago. It was a three-point ball game. Kentucky out in front by 8 with 14:27 left, and taking in the good basketball action here, Tom Butters, the NCAA regional representative, also the athletic director at Duke University. As a matter of fact, he loves fishing and golf almost as much as he does his basketball.
Well, speaking of teams that spurt, Duke and Mike Krzyzewski can spurt, and Tom, a delightful guy. Don't play any golf with him.
Is it that good?
Oh, 1 or 2. Not too bad. He and George Blaine, the Holy Cross coach, were chatting about getting together.
Speaking of chatting, he said about how many phone calls he got from people after UMass was selected number 3 in this region. And, boy, he feels better now after their performance.
And he should. They are a dynamite basketball team.
Three-point shooting has been the name of the game for Kentucky thus far, and it's been the big guys. Mashburn, one of them, Pelphrey, the other. Brown. Pelphrey. The second bounce on the rim did him in. He was up there in time. Bayless. Off the mark, Dale Brown with the rebound. Darren Feldhaus, the other guy who's also been doing a nice job from three-point land. Inside to Mashburn. Nice pass and a good quick move by Mashburn.
How about the open area? Because you got to play the 3. It creates so much room for big guys to cut and shape up.
That is a dilemma defensively.
You're always predicating things on helping one another. Well, when you're stretched, you can't. Nice cut.
Good pass as well from Bayless. Good two-man basketball. Pippett and Bayless. 71-63, 13-10 left in the game.
And Bayless, Pelphrey trying to quiet him. He had a great start in the first half. Mentioned Henry Williams from UNCC. Bayless all over him. There's that high-low again.
And Michalik being taken to school on the inside by Mashburn.
Are you saying there aren't any playgrounds over there? Czechoslovakia?
Oh, some good ones, maybe.
It's pretty easy to get it down there. The way Feldhaus was shooting, he got in there a little bit late. These guards are confident players for Iowa State.
That they are. Bayless with 25, Thigpen with 16. We'll take a look at the Greensboro activity there. Duke and Iowa. Duke of Victor there, moving on. Seton Hall over Missouri. So they will be in Philadelphia on Thursday, Duke and Seton Hall. And to join them, winners from today's action here in Worcester, Massachusetts. Iowa, Kentucky State doing battle. Iowa State, that is, in Kentucky doing battle. And coming up next, Syracuse and Massachusetts. Johnny Orr.
Well, he's crazy about the TV timeouts. They're a little long for him. He said he's going to bring a book during the timeouts.
He said he needed something to talk with the players about.
He doesn't know what to say. Back screen opens for the jump shot. Also, when you come out, it opens up the passing lane down low.
Good defense by Iowa State.
There it is again.
And nice patience on the part of Kentucky. Pelphrey with his 15th point of the game.
They just reversed the ball. Great teamwork.
Bayless. Mashburn with the miss. 5 rebounds for Jamaal Mashburn. Foul called out high that time on Fred Hoiberg.
Iowa State foul on number 32, Fred Hoiberg, his third personal.
Johnny Orr said he may need a book for the long timeouts. I don't think he'll read it just yet.
There's a timeout on the floor.
There are two kinds of cars. The cars you love to drive and the cars you need to drive. The cars that really handle and the cars that handle the groceries. The cars you don't want to stop driving and the cars that make the stops you need. With standard anti-lock brakes and a 200 horsepower V6, Chevy Lumina Euro 3.4 is two kinds of car for one kind of driver. You. The cars more people depend on. And now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
Want to run your windowing software fast? Then you need a real power source inside. A source that can generate the power your software needs. The affordable Intel 486. Power it up and run your software at light speed. Intel, the computer inside.
Yo, Sinbad here with the blacktop shoe. I got my boys here from the International Committee. I got Schwinn and Schwinn. I'm trying to get the outside game a part of the summer games here in Barcelona, right? Tell me you don't love this game. Look at these games. Somebody give my man a monster slam. Play 60 months. You got to give me Reebok blacktop shoe. I mean, you can't beat this. This is made for the outdoor game.
How do you pick the team, though?
How you pick your teams? You call game.
I got game.
No. I got game.
I got game.
No, I got the game. No, you ain't gonna never get a game. So, we definitely going to Barcelona this summer? Is that too much to ask for? Am I asking for too much here?
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Right now at Pizza Hut, get a Supreme Pizza loaded with 6 delicious toppings like mouth-watering pepperoni and green peppers. Call Pizza Hut Delivery and get a medium Supreme for $7.99 and any other medium for just $4 more. Call now.
Have you ever dreamed you could fly? Now, the world's greatest illusionist conquers the mystery of human flight without strings or camera tricks. An all-new Magic of David Copperfield, Tuesday, March 31st.
Kentucky, after only making 7 three-pointers the other night on Friday, 10 of 17 from that range. Both teams still very hot from the floor. Bayless for Iowa State, 26 points, 2 assists, 1 point away from his season's high. We've got a 75-66 ball game here. The Wildcats on top, 11:50 left in the game. And the decision as to who goes to Philadelphia for the Sweet 16. Michalik and Bayless both resting on the bench. And boy, they do need a little bit of a breather too with the pace that's being kept here.
You think of Pitino back at Providence when he challenged John Thompson in a game, went up toe-to-toe, not chin-to-chin, he couldn't do that. A feisty player and a
it's
little
more like belt to eye level, huh? But he is tenacious, Rick Pitino.
Doesn't give up easily.
And Billy, is it true he does, in fact, play one-on-one basketball that early in the morning?
Billy done 5:30 in the morning. I mean, that's not the kind of night you should be out or coming in. But the kids love watching him, and Billy's got to be there. That's, for a while, he was his pigeon. And now that Billy's in good shape, and Pippett with the nickel-dimer, they don't play one-on-one now. Now they shoot milkshakes.
Pippett is first, 6th.
Brad Pippett picks up his first personal foul. 6th team foul against Iowa State. Brown, Feldhaus, Woods, Martinez, and Mashburn, the 5 on the floor in white for Kentucky. Woods. Jump ball, possession arrow stays here. It'll stay Kentucky ball.
Old guys, and I'm going to say Johnny Orr is old, but he's been around in terms of tenure. He exudes confidence, too, for his kids. I mean, he supports them, gets excited, changed the D there, little double for the first time all game, and got some excitement going.
Dale Brown still in the row of photographers. 5-on-4 for Iowa State. Can they capitalize? Hoiberg can get the drop, and the follow by Pippett is good. Hoiberg, averaging 12 a game, has yet to score.
And he, as we both know, is a fine-looking prospect. I just think the nerves a little into the game, can't relax, get that comfort zone.
Hard to tell about his expression. He's so calm. Strong move on the inside by Mashburn. Up in heavy traffic, 77-68, Kentucky on top.
The deflection from the rear. Thigpen with a great change of pace, almost blew by, but that's part of their pressure. From the rear, push it ahead.
And Darren Feldhaus could not hold on to it. Martinez will take a seat on the bench. John Pelphrey into the lineup.
They're telling us that in that East Tennessee State game, Jerry Pelphrey struggling, no points. So he and Hoiberg relayed, huh? A little bit of a struggle. He's the guard around.
McCoy, Thigpen. This is Eaton with the shot. Gets his own rebound. Hoiberg battles away.
That's his game. Pretty good track player. They tell us football, too. Anything you want. Got to get him to ring the bell.
Pippett in and out. Hoiberg continues to battle, and finally, at 10-12 of the second half, gets his first basket of the game.
That he will do, JB. He'll go after it. He's the guy, Johnny said that, you know, you join the coach, and he said, with these young guys like Hoiberg, I'm going to be around for a long time.
Iowa State trailing by just 7, under 10 to play.
Oh, Pelphrey all alone on the, look at the pump fake. Pippett.
And a good pass from Pelphrey over to Woods. And Woods has the
kiss. And Mama likes it.
She likes the pass. Hoiberg, obviously a wet spot there. A couple of players have gone down on the left elbow. The foul line extended on the side here as we take a look at Mrs. Pelphrey.
And referee, and a coach and a referee in the same household.
I wonder if she's got a little TV watching or trying to listen and watch her son playing in the East Tennessee State game as well.
I guess they see the senior, not the junior, huh?
Pelphrey, the junior.
Split the family.
Boy, she's seen a show being put on by the senior, John Pelphrey, as he drops in his 18th point. Left. And Eaton cuts into what was the biggest lead of 12 by Kentucky.
JB, you've been talking about Thigpen's offense. Beautiful slip pass as Eaton bounces Brown out a little bit, and the body control, not the charge, and the completion. They hang tough.
Jamaal Martinez coming back into the game. He's got 3 personal fouls, replacing Darren Feldhaus. Howard Eaton struggled a bit during conference play, but got better as the season wore on. And he's having a nice game today as he misses the free throw, though. He's got 12 points, 4 over his average, and a violation, so Eaton will get a chance at it again. Only a 68% free throw shooter on the season.
That makes up for the three-point shooting, I guess, huh? Keeps them hanging in there.
And just to think, with that many free throws, still not enough. Eaton misses the second as Kentucky enjoys a 10-point lead with 8:55.
Look at a little push-off by Mashburn.
And Mashburn, a frustration foul As Eaton didn't like the push-off, Mashburn makes him pay.
They have been successful stretching the D to acknowledge the 3. And their high-low as Eaton gets number 3 has been a factor. The arm pushing the distance of the pass. It's essential to get it away from the defender. That takes a little strength, JB. That left arm shoves Eaton up by the chalk mark. A tower of strength. Big guy.
Missing the free throw. And that's what Eaton was complaining about to the official. Mashburn, 7 of 12 from the floor. 12-point lead. Again, tying the biggest lead for Kentucky. Thigpen. Mashburn with the rebound. 8 rebounds for Mashburn. Martinez. And Martinez picks up personal foul number 4. A charging foul on Martinez, and the book on him all season long. Definitely a tendency to get in foul trouble.
And JB, what caused the problem was Pelphrey had the open 3-point shooter. Now this is what is demanding. You've been taught all your life, go to the basket, then peel off. See the corner? They don't give it in time, leading Martinez to this offensive and a terrific play by Hoiberg.
I was about to say, let's give Hoiberg some credit. Not able to do it point-wise, but he's doing a lot of other things out there.
Nice play. Stuck in the corner. Meyer alertly, and generally they won't trap there. They'll let the guy speed dribble to the middle and then run their trap, but they'll use the line on occasion. Throwing the ball off a guy's leg. You don't see enough of that when you're in trouble.
You do on the playground.
And then something else ensues. A little taunting and maybe a left jab.
Good follow by Meyer off of a Bayless miss. Loren Meyer, 6'11" freshman center. Back to a 10-point lead.
You don't want to gamble. It starts them up. That's the man play defensively.
Started it up. Woods finished it off.
Keep them in front of you. Did you hear that when you were playing?
A lot. Johnny Orr was quite candid in saying, hey, we're not used to playing a team that shoots as many threes as Kentucky. Most of the teams in the Big 8 go inside.
They go. A lot of motion. The only team he said Kansas with, well, Woodbury is sub and Walters and Rex Walters and Adonis Jordan bang those threes, but by and large, it's a inside dominated, jump shooting, 15-foot and 8.
That foul called on Sean Woods, his second.
And there's a timeout on the floor.
The Women's Final Four in 2 weeks on CBS.
A new arrival. A tire so special, it may last as long as you own your car. The new XH4. Congratulations. It's a Michelin. Backed by an 80,000-mile treadwear limited warranty. Michelin. Because so much is riding on your tires.
They came from different cultures, from different worlds, to create Expo 92. To help them work together, Xerox designed the largest local area network in Europe, linking thousands of people to share ideas and create the documents that let people discover the best in each other. Putting it together. Networking, scanning, printing. Xerox, the document company.
You did use crazy glue, right?
Right. Let me down.
And it fixed everything here, right?
Right. Oh.
Didn't fix your broken promise, did it?
I said I was sorry. Let me down. No! I just fixed that.
Oh. Sorry. Did I mention only crazy glue has this Stay Fresh Crazy cake?
Yes. And if I ever get down...
Hardly worry about that.
No.
I wonder if that last chap got down. Crazy glue for things that are broken, except promises.
Maybe your first car shouldn't. An EL pickup with cash back for around $8,000. Chevrolet. The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last.
Like a rock. Oh, like a rock.
You are watching the NCAA Basketball Championship on CBS.
Iowa State continues to battle, but trailing by 12. 7:25 left in the game. Coming next, Syracuse and Massachusetts. And guess who's watching?
Well, they're taking in for next week. Hopkins peering in, I should say, and Adrian Autry, and the dilemma up front with Feldhaus and Martinez. And Pelphrey's aggressive, too. He's got to be careful.
Martinez in 2 NCAA tournament games, 10 points, but 9 fouls. As we take a look at Justus Thigpen with the basket, and he continues his hot shooting. 20 points on the afternoon for Thigpen.
And Hoiberg, you don't tell him to relax. He just plays aggressively.
Does a lot of the things that do not show up in the stat sheet. Mashburn off the mark. Red ball. You know, I found it interesting also, the Kentucky players were talking about their propensity, if you will, to shoot the 3. Pitino will get on them in practice if they don't take an open 3-point shot. We'll make them run laps.
That's the only way to reinforce it. And they did it at Providence with Billy the Kid Donovan. A little too far. Good idea. Ron Bayless strong with the delivery. And they're going to press a little bit now.
Brown blocked by Meyer. Mashburn blocked and fouled by Pippett.
They turn it into, that's the gamble with Kentucky. They go at a fast speed, and now you press it, they step it up. They get into overdrive on you. That aggressive nature shows itself.
Widely agreed by basketball purists that Kentucky does not have a great team individually. It's Jamaal, Mashburn, and a bunch of good athletes, but boy, the system of that man there, Rick Pitino, doing wonders.
Boy, you're easily duped. I mean, you bought that Pitino conversation. You buy a car from him, right?
As a matter of fact, the players even said it in conversation with Darren Feldhaus and Pelphrey.
Well, will you take Mashburn, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
You take Feldhaus. You take Pelphrey.
I take them all.
You take Sean Woods. Now, they got some talent, but the meshing and subjugating personalities is what he's best at.
I like that. Subjugating the personalities.
Play within the framework of a team.
Bayless. Meyer. Strong rebound. Nice job of keeping it up.
And you mentioned earlier, had that block shot at the other end. Some nice minutes.
A 10-point game. 6:19 left. Iowa State, the reason they're coming back, on the offensive glass.
And a zipper in the first 20, which got him in a little trouble.
A zipper in the first?
A zipper. 0.
Okay. Just trying to add that one to the list of rap-isms.
Well, here's that post play, and you've got to come out on Dale Brown. You got Feldhaus on the same side, getting caught on the high side. The support not there because everybody's dragged out to guard against the 3, J-Big.
And isn't that exactly what takes place so often at the pro level, where you have 2 good players on the same side of the floor?
Well, they have that isolation, too. They can bring you out. In college, you can leave people in that 3-second lane, but they don't let you because of the great shooting ability and how they deploy people.
Dale Brown taking a seat. Richie Farmer back in. You take a look at Richie Farmer. That's a 1-day growth there. The guys tease him so often about that growth. 1 day. Oh, my goodness. As a matter of fact, I think he shaved about 4 hours ago.
He'll be ready for the evening activities, huh? Now, they make him shave at halftime, J-Big.
Forgot to today. Kentucky on top by 11.
Pelphrey with Hoiberg's done a terrific job. We know this youngster's going to be a terrific player. He hasn't been able to get on track. Pelphrey paying attention to business.
Justus Thigpen for 3.
That was one of those in your face. But he didn't have much room. The defense on his shooting hand.
23, and Mashburn quiets him, coming right back with the score.
Ford giving everything he can. He just can't get up and down the way you're used to seeing him. But great penetration, and then the dish. Take it over.
What can you say?
His daddy, he's got to love it.
His dad stopped playing him one-on-one.
For that reason. He can't go out and guard him that deep.
A 7-point ball game with 4:55 left in the game. Do these teams want to move to Philadelphia badly? And the Sweet 16? Ford got away with the push-off. And Johnny Orr going berserk on the sidelines. It finally goes over to Iowa State. Johnny Orr. Hey, 64, I can still do it. I'm active.
You should see it when he misses a putt. Extend the left arm. Nice. Theatric. It's got to be a call. And that got that youngster up.
Fourth Kentucky turnover this half. Good. Kentucky's defense did a nice job of forcing Thigpen into a timeout call. 91-84. 4:40 left when we come back.
Every business morning, while the rest of the world is getting up, UPS is guaranteeing overnight delivery before 10:30 for far less than other companies charge. And every business morning, more people are waking up to that fact.
Good morning.
McDonald's introduces the return of the Wild West.
May I take your order?
Yes, ma'am. I reckon you can. For a limited time, rustle up a saucy, sassy McRib. Or a Western omelet McMuffin for breakfast with peppers, onions, and ham. Or try a satisfying 99-cent chicken fajitas or 99-cent breakfast burrito.
Howdy, boys.
What you want is what you get.
Mind if I join you?
At McDonald's today.
You can ski a live volcano. Take a dip in the Colorado. Take your bike way up in the blue. Catch a tidal wave and go. You can sled without the snow. But you've never done nothing like a diet do. Full tilt taste. You won't believe it's a diet. You can leap, you can fly, take a ride in the sky. But you've never done nothing like a diet do.
With 3.5-ton towing, more room, more comfort, and more major awards, 1992's four-wheeler of the year is the all-new Blazer from Chevrolet. The trucks you can depend on, the trucks that last.
Arlene Brickman came as close to being a mob guy as any mob girl ever has. What did she do for the mob? 60 Minutes, tonight.
Kentucky with the full complement of timeouts remaining. Iowa State with 2. The next Iowa State foul puts Kentucky in the double bonus situation. And the possession arrow favors Iowa State. A 7-point ball game, and Dale Brown fouls Ron Bayless, so Bayless will take a trip to the free throw line. Bayless, an 84% free throw shooter on the season.
I know that Dale Brown isn't arguing over it, but the other one would have. A little nickel dimer in the back court. They've been banging pretty good.
1-1, let's go. Press.
Bayless not only can do the job offensively, but defensively. This is the guy that harassed Anthony Peeler of Missouri throughout the conference season.
And struggled in each one of those games. Shooting percentage considerably down. And
You're right.
Point total down.
And that shot there tied the season high. This one breaks it. 28 points for Ron Bayless, a season high for him. You're right, Anthony Peeler shot only an average of 30% from the field against Ron Bayless. Kentucky holding to a 5-point lead with 4:07 left in the game.
Oh, is that great to see?
Brown off the mark. Meyer with the rebound and a foul down under the basket. Jamaal Mashburn picks up foul number 4.
They deserved that whole sequence. Was swiping the ball, giving it up for the alma mater. Do they want to go to Philly? Oh.
And Billy, let me correct that. That's the third personal foul on Mashburn.
JB, I know in your career you never got down that often, but Thigpen showing everybody, and this substitution, Loren Meyer has stepped up big for Iowa State.
And again, by way of correction and re-emphasis, the third personal on Mashburn as Meyer misses the shot. Mashburn with the rebound and is fouled by Thigpen. Third personal on Thigpen, and the double bonus situation for Kentucky. So Mashburn will take a trip to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And on their free throw, particularly the second one, they have to keep Woods, who's on the lane, number 11, from running down for the offensive rebound.
Mashburn off the mark.
Great job by Loren Meyer.
As one 6'11" freshman replaces the other, Meyer takes a seat. Michalik returns. Mashburn 7 of 13 from the free throw line. Make it 8 of 14. Pippett, Thigpen, Hoiberg, Bayless, and Michalik the 5 for Iowa State. Thigpen. Woods with the rebound. 3:43 left to play, and Bayless fouls Woods as Ron Bayless picks up his third personal. And Woods will take a trip to the free throw line for 2.
Well, James, there's a difference between feeling it and using good judgment. I thought Justus, for one of the few times, jacked it up quickly. Nobody in position to rebound. And unfortunately for Iowa State, putting Kentucky on the line.
Especially given how Kentucky makes you pay for it.
They get to that line plenty. With excess of 300 over the opponents.
1 for 2 for Woods. It's a 93-86 Kentucky lead. 3:35 left. Pippett having trouble. Thigpen.
They love the speed dribble into the trap. Pelphrey couldn't get there.
And a reach foul by Deron Feldhaus.
That's their game. Pitino's kids love to let you start dribbling full tilt, then close it on you, causing that looping type of pass.
And that's 5 on Deron Feldhaus. So Deron Feldhaus leaves the game with 11 points. The senior out of Maysville, Kentucky, takes a seat on the bench, and Martinez replaces him. Martinez comes in. He's got 4 personal fouls.
Thigpen will shoot 1 and 1.
Well, boy, you know that the Feldhaus brothers are feeling it as well.
Pretty athletic family. You see, Deron loves his golf. He can't wait till after the season to play with Pitino, he said. So can you beat him? He said, no way. He takes control. Doesn't surprise you.
Pelphrey. Martinez battling underneath, but who's the foul called on? Is the foul called on Mashburn?
I believe so.
Number 24, Jamaal Mashburn. That's his 4th personal foul, the 10th team foul.
In watching different games, he goes all out all the time, and we'll get those extended arm fouls. It's going to be awfully tough for him to play to 318 because of the nature of his performance. Just all out.
Eaton back in the ball game, replacing Loren Meyer. Pippett at the free throw line. 25 of 28 from the charity stripe for Iowa State.
JB, that when Kentucky struggles, it's the three-pointer not going down. Pittsburgh game, it didn't go down. Away at Tennessee, it didn't go down.
The Kentucky lead has gone down to 3.
Both losses to those two clubs. Look at them stepping up the D now. Might get a back cut out of this.
The Cyclones had cut the lead to 3 with 16 minutes left, and it's still at 3. And it goes, it's signaled to Iowa State. A 93-90 Kentucky lead as you take a look at Rick Pitino, upset at what he thought was a missed call with the ball going to Iowa State. Bayless losing the handle. Woods picks it up. Kentucky nursing a 3-point lead against an Iowa State ball club that refuses to fold.
Oh, they had good control. They got stuff out of their press early. Now they're not. The three's not going down. The offensive rebounding of Iowa State has gotten them back in it, as well as the play of Justus Thigpen.
3-point shooting on a part of Kentucky has done them exceedingly well. 11 of 21 from three-point land. Kentucky averages 25 threes attempted per game.
Good defense. They screen away inside and lock.
Woods. And that's a 2-point shot. And it's a 5-point lead with 1:55 left in the game. Iowa State a 10 seed. Kentucky a 2 seed. Fighting for the right to go to Philadelphia. Thigpen. And it stays Iowa State ball. Thigpen has scored 28 for Iowa State, along with 28 by his backcourt mate Ron Bayless.
How about the presence of mind not to touch that ball as it went out of bounds? He has been terrific, Thigpen.
Pippett, Thigpen, Eaton, Fred Hoiberg, and Ron Bayless to 5. This is Thigpen. Keeps it alive, but Woods recovers. And a foul called on Ron Bayless. 4 personals on Bayless.
Iowa State fouls on number 4, Ron Bayless, his 4th.
In the East, here in Worcester, Mass, Kentucky and Iowa State battling for the right to move to Philadelphia to the Sweet 16. Coming up later, it'll be Syracuse and Massachusetts.
Customers demand high quality and low price. They don't want a trade-off. They want it all.
My grandfather had this philosophy. I have this philosophy. We give everybody the best quality they can have at the best possible price.
With ProWatch, you get the whole package. AT&T quality and a competitive price.
We have papaya from Hawaii. We have blood oranges from Italy. Clementines from Morocco. We have cheese from almost every country that has a cow.
With AT&T ProWatch, the more he calls, the higher the discount.
I've got enough headaches keeping my business going 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, and I can't be worried about my long-distance service.
AT&T has clear connections, quality facts, and the calls go through faster.
The quality isn't there, it's not a bargain. We have an expression, delivery truck goes 2 ways. If it isn't our quality, it goes back to where it came from.
You build up trust through years and years of delivering value.
We can make a difference. AT&T. Call us.
You're about to see how Goodyear is changing all-season driving right before your eyes. Introducing AquaTread, only from Goodyear. AquaTread's advanced design channels water out of your way for dependable all-season traction, especially in the rain when you may need it most. AquaTread, the newest reason why we say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
This schedule is a nightmare.
I need to recharge my batteries.
Even driving isn't fun anymore.
The 1992 Eldorado by Cadillac. It could change the way you think about American automobiles.
If a mysterious mountain man
Arthur.
snags you a trout and gives you bear hugs, he could be just another animal.
Arthur?
All new Northern Exposure Monday.
Back here in Worcester, Kentucky at 95-90. This has got Rick Pitino upset. It should have been his basketball. And do you think he doesn't emote? Not very happy with it. You can tell the caviar and champagne programs, they have their own valet. When he was at BU, he had to get the family to come down and pick it up. Things have gone upstream. Boot ship program. And it remains on.
Kentucky with 3 timeouts remaining. Iowa State 1. Both teams in a double bonus situation. Possession arrow favoring Iowa State. 1:27 left. Kentucky on top by 6.
Just driving to the hole right now, not looking to run their offense. And occasionally, if you're not used to that, you come up empty.
And Brown is fouled by Brad Pippett.
Iowa State falls on number
3rd personal foul on Brad Pippett. And Brown will take a trip for 2 shots at the free throw line. Good ball game there, Billy. Kansas UTEP.
Sure is.
Most people will probably see the end of that ball game as well.
At this time in the game, organization is essential. Bayless and Thigpen have to come up the floor and organize their club. They've got to be the decision makers and the creators. You can't just go recklessly taking the quick hitter. Plenty of time left, but you're giving the hammer to Kentucky.
Brown 2 for 2 at the free throw line. And it's an 8-point Wildcats lead. 1:17 left. And a foul called out front. Thigpen was maneuvering for a shot. Sean Woods picks up the personal foul. So Thigpen will take a trip to the free throw line. He's got 28 on the afternoon.
And that's one of those wide fouls. Stop the clock. Give him 2.
Eaton into the game for Iowa State. Michalik taking a seat.
Now the speed of the game hurt Michalik, I think. Don't you?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Always
He's very agile, very smooth, but not very quick. And that's a final as New Mexico State moves on. Thigpen, 2 for 2. He's perfect at the free throw line, 5 of 5. And he's got a career-high 30 points. Thigpen with the steal.
Did not stop.
A 6-point ball game, under a minute to play. Thigpen playing out of his head, gets the rebound, and is fouled by Jamaal Mashburn.
Kentucky playing defense like they're behind. Not good position. Thigpen penetrating, and Martinez got a piece, but Mashburn ends up with the foul. This is retreating in the jargon of coaches. You press, you must sprint back just like a fast break. And here, trying to gamble outside, turns Thigpen into a threat. Martinez with a piece. Justus into this game, and Mashburn with the 5th.
Jamaal Mashburn, 9 of 14 from the floor, 9 rebounds to go along with his 27 points. So Kentucky has Farmer, Martinez, Woods, Pelphrey, and Dale Brown, the 5 on the floor. This is Justus Thigpen adding to his career high. 54.8 seconds. Thigpen cuts the Kentucky lead to 5. He can cut it to 4.
And JB, some coaches like to give fouls now. Sean Woods, the only guy struggling at 65%, just to stop the clock and shorten the game. Well, they do it to Farmer and James, 83%.
And Thigpen picks up his 4th personal foul as Farmer takes a trip, and he'll shoot 2.
And if you're going to give the fouls on the free throw, You almost have to take your better players out, let the subs foul, make sure that they don't do it intentionally or flagrantly, and then get a guy like Thigpen back in.
Jamaal Mashburn hoping that his teammates can hold on and pull it out. 52.8 seconds remaining. Farmer will toss up the first one. Julius Michalik back in for Iowa State. Kentucky at the century mark, along with Oklahoma State and Kansas, the only teams to score 100 in the tournament so far.
Bad defense again, they get away with it.
And a foul call. And Pelphrey picks up the foul. Fourth personal on John Pelphrey.
Kentucky foul on number 34, John Pelphrey, his fourth personal.
100-94, Kentucky in white, holding to a 6-point lead over Iowa State, the number 10 seed here in the East region. And Rick Pitino trying to coach his best to pull this one out. Iowa State will not and has not folded at all.
And what Iowa State has found is that the guards for Kentucky are willing to turn them into the lane for easy opportunities. They should force the fan dribble, make them do some extra things to run the clock.
Iowa State has been doing it at the free throw line. Has not scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Jamaal Mashburn fouled out with 27 points and 9 rebounds. 42 seconds left. Kentucky up by 4.
So many choices. Should have done in the backcourt if that's what the plan was. As soon as the pass came in, they had Thigpen on this side. Unfortunately, he couldn't foul. Even though Farmer got it, you almost have to force a guy. Woods got the basketball. You've got to get somebody down there that can foul him. Channel the pass to an area where you can give the foul.
As Michalik comes back in, replacing Howard Eaton.
Michalik for Eaton.
And as you mentioned, Farmer, not the guy to foul, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Farmer's talked about how playing for Rick Pitino has helped him to drop a lot of weight, about 20 pounds. Kentucky 16 of 24 at the charity stripe. Farmer, 2 of 2.
They scored. They got one timeout left, JB. They need the quick hitter.
Thigpen for 3.
Oh, God,
nice Pippett. Nice rebound and fouled by Martinez. That'll be all for Martinez. And Brad Pippett, who the coach said is perhaps the most physical guy on the team, battled his way up for that rebound and was fouled.
Kentucky gives fouls. Martinez, Feldhaus, and Mashburn out. And Pelphrey, as you noted, with 4.
And Travis Ford about to check in. And Bill, as we mentioned, here's a guy who's been displaying courage all year long, Travis Ford, because of that bad knee.
And they said they'll take some action in the May-June period for him. But this is a guards game at this point, JB. Pelphrey becomes the center. All pretty good free throw shooters. That's why a guy like Ford is nice to have around, bad knee or not.
Timeout on the action in Dayton, Ohio. For those of you following that, UTEP up by 3 as Pippett drops in 2 here and is back to a 4-point lead. 24.7 seconds remaining. Eaton back in the game. And quickly, Sean Woods is fouled. What you said should have occurred the first time.
Yeah, you can't afford lapses, and they've been in a lot of close games in the Big 8, so knowledge is there and has existed.
Foul assessed to Eaton, and that is his 4th personal foul. So Sean Woods, on the year, only a 64% free throw shooter, will shoot 2 as Kentucky sends in Timberlake, a freshman forward out of Chicago, Illinois. Sean Woods, 2 of 4 from the free throw line today. Nails it.
He's the guy that turns their offense as he goes down the middle from a perimeter shooting and a low post once. I mean, it's very disturbing to play them. It's a difficult matchup.
1 for 2, but Dale Brown gets it back for Kentucky, and Kentucky will try to run the clock out. Pelphrey fouled by Hoiberg. 16.3 seconds remaining. And the Wildcats will try to add to their 5-point lead. Philadelphia, the site 1 of 4 for the Sweet 16, awaits the winner of this contest. Duke and Seton Hall already there.
And then Syracuse Mass teeing it up a little later. Everybody knows about that great tradition at Kentucky. It looks like Rick Pitino will have them reminiscing about the Baron. His great run of the Ramsey, Roses, Seropolis, Beard.
Bayless for 3. Timberlake with the rebound. And Woods is fouled again.
She's got to feel pretty good, huh?
Brad Pippett with the foul, his 5th. He's out along with Fred Hoiberg. Hoiberg left the game with 2 points, 8 rebounds. He scored 17 points on Friday night. So Kentucky with a 105-98 lead with 6.9 seconds left. The number 2 seed here in the East region looks as if it will hold on to advance to the Sweet 16 in Philadelphia.
Bring you back to Rupp's runs, you think? And of course, Dan Issel, this club with the press early, and Pelphrey sensational early. I thought diving and stepping into passing lanes got the emotion going. The wonderful back screening, opening up the 3 points, kept their flow, fast breaking, looking for either penetration or kickouts. Iowa State, he does not rest, does he? Whether it's night or during the game.
Forever the teacher.
And Iowa State got their half-court stuff going, particularly Thigpen got them back in this basketball game. Good 3-point shooter.
Pearson in and out. Michalik, no good. So Kentucky holds on for the victory over Iowa State out of the Big 8. Rick Pitino's squad will advance to Philadelphia to the Sweet 16. Jamaal Mashburn fouled out with 27 points and 9 rebounds. But Kentucky, victorious, moves on. The Chevrolet players of the game are Justus Thigpen of Iowa State with 32 points and 4 rebounds. Jamaal Mashburn of Kentucky.